One of the things that I've did or I've been doing, and I have to thank the universe, God, whoever you believe in, is that people always do wrong. A lot of people feel that they don't have to take accountability for anything that they do or have done to you or anything else. And feel like, okay, no matter what, I'll always be forgiven. There's a price you pay when someone or a person does wrong. Because in this life that we live in, I say this all the time. Whatever you put out, you'll get that back 100 times, 1,000 times back to you. So if you did wrong, and if you're doing wrong, it'll come back to you 100 times, 1,000 times worse. You do good, it'll come back to you 100 times, 1,000 times good. One of the things that for me, I truly take into deep consideration is always the acts of kindness, right? I could be a person that's just walking through the door, politely I open the door, not looking for anything in return. And what happens to me, I can be walking and it can be anyone. They'll rush to the door, open the door for me, and wait for me to go inside and give me a smile. Now, it's not all about me, but it's an example that I'm giving. But in this life that we live in, what you put out is what you will get back. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The video is whatever comes. People, the thing we live in life right now is that we seeing it now. People are paying karma. People are going through things that you didn't understand, like why they're going through it, but they're showing you that in this lifetime, like, hey, this is what's happening behind your back. But before I get into the video, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. And I ask you guys to please, and I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Alright? But what I'm talking about today is this. Back to the video, of course. When people do you wrong, I got to the point, an example, when people start talking junk to me, start doing me bad, say something to me, and if I call you out on it, and I'll bring it up to you, and then you try to play it off like I'm the one that's bad, but when I know that I had no bad intentions towards you, I don't even say nothing to you back anymore. I don't. Because especially that if it was at one point, I was having a conversation with you, and we were cool, everything, and I'm the kind of person, and I'm using myself as an example, that I'm not a person that's just going to just talk to anyone. Me personally, I use humility, right? Now, if it's something that's lacking or something that's going on, I'll go and ask for your opinion, what you think about it. But I don't do that with just anyone. But me, an example, I always want to give in return. I'm the kind of person where you're my friend, you do me right, you put me up on game, I always want to be there. Which is, I can be there to listen to your problems, I can be there to, if I have some money in my pocket, I'll look out for you. And I'm not perfect, but where I'm going with this is that there's people out there that'll have problems with you and you don't even know it. They'll start lashing out on you. You say something and it's just your opinion, They don't like your opinion. They looked at you as if that you were nothing. They just want you around to be their fans. But in all actuality, you know why you were around, but you didn't know for that moment why you didn't really understand. Like, okay, you know what, you thought that, okay, you know, we both were solid, we thought we both were cool, vice versa, you know what I mean? Real is real. But that person's motive was totally different from you, and they chose to do you wrong. You could be walking down the street and someone pushed you, and then it was like a good 4 or 5 people, and then you looked at them, and then they look at each other and laugh. Believe it or not, that person who pushed you, of course, those same people who were with that person that laughed, they would definitely get their karma back. But that doesn't mean that, hey, you, and what I mean is you, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, is going to make you see what they're going through. In these times that we live in now, people feel like, hey, I don't have to pay any consequences because I do what I do and no one can't tell me what to do. Back to me, like I was telling you, you treated me wrong, you'll get your karma, because I know I had good intentions towards you. Most people, especially in this world that we live in, especially for us that are grown, there's some people that feels like they don't have to take accountability for anything that they do and how they act, and you caught on to it. We all are grown. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, for some people that you have to forgive. Of course you're supposed to forgive, but there's people that come in your life and try to destroy you. They see how bright you are and they just want to tear you down. No matter if you just mean well by them, it's just something about you that they just see how bright you are. They just love being around you, but they don't want to acknowledge who you are and why they're around you really. And the sad truth is, we live in a time now where it's just best to be alone. Be alone to the point where you get to know yourself, get into spirituality, ground spirituality, wherever you believe in. Me, I believe in God, my Lord and Savior, and I believe that's all I need. And believe me, I've been so much at peace. Because I'm not saying that, hey, you shouldn't be around people. Of course, like for me personally, I love people. But where I'm going with this is this. You shouldn't retaliate when somebody says something to you, disrespectful. They start acting funny. They're making you feel like you did something wrong to them. In all actuality, you did your best to be the best friend that you are, family, friend, because all you got is yourself and the God in you. And I said, when somebody disrespect you and say something to you, make you feel some type of way, they show you their true colors, believe me, there's nothing wrong with you. It has a lot to do with them. And guess what? God, the universe, will make them pay for their karma. Alright? And trust me, they'll feel guilty. They'll feel what they did to you was wrong. But will they use humility and come to you and say, hey, this is how I felt. This is what I see? No. They'll try to guilt trip you and try to bring you down, make you feel that you're not who you think you are. And guess what? There's a price to pay, because they wasn't really real with you when you were friends, but when they didn't get your way with you, that's when they show you true colors, all right? But guess what? It's all right, because they will pay their karma, all right? So again, this is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. And I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to Your new best friend, all right? And also, in the comment below, comment pinned to the top. Description below, comment pinned to the top. Keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends at gorgeous271.com, all right? Again, this is Junior Best Friend, your new best friend. And please, like, share, and subscribe, all right? Peace.